You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and maybe I'm a little lazy, but I'd rather insert a picture into my Word document than have to type out 1,000 words. So that's what we're going to do with our Best of Landon Hotel Guide, a document we've been working with in previous chapters, but you can go to the Chapter 9 folder of your exercise files and open up LH Guide 0901, and you'll have exactly what I have here on the screen. As we scroll down the first page, you can see we have headings for London, Paris, and San Francisco. It'd be nice to insert pictures of those cities just to spice up our first page and give a nice little description of something you might be able to expect from those cities. So let's click in front of the W in West End London. This might be where we want our first image to go, right in front of the heading. Next, we go to the Insert tab. In the Illustrations group here on the ribbon, you'll see Pictures. And clicking this button allows you to go browsing for pictures that could be maybe on a network drive, maybe on your own OneDrive in the cloud, or anywhere on your computer. So by browsing to our exercise files, mine are on the desktop, double-clicking that folder, and then going to the Chapter 9 folder and double-clicking there, you can see we have some images. All pictures are going to show up. And just click this drop down, you can see all the different types of images you can insert into a Word document. A Windows Enhanced Meta file, JPEGs, PNG files, BMP or bitmap files, GIFs, they're all here and all able to be inserted into a Word document. With all pictures selected, we get to see all different types of images regardless of their extension. These all happen to be JPEG images. And for West End London, I think the double-decker bus image is going to be perfect. Let's give it a click and click Insert. And you can see it's inserted right there in front of the W in West End London. And the way it's inserted is as though it's another character, like we just typed something in front of the W in West. So it's going to stay with this heading if we start to add extra lines and move things around. We'll get to how text and images interact with each other a little bit later in this chapter. But let's go down to the Latin Quarter Paris here. And you can see this is right aligned, but we'll click in front of the L and do the same thing. We'll go to Insert, click Pictures. And for Paris, we're going to go to this tower image, select it, click Insert, and it's inserted right where our cursor was flashing. One more to go, and that's for San Francisco. We'll click in front of the B in Bernal Heights and insert Pictures and the Hot Stones Massage. Insert, and there it goes. Now you can see we're running out of space, so it's bumped down to the next page. But we do have extra space up here at the top, and if we click near the top, just above our title, you can see there's some blank lines. Let's hit our Delete key maybe a couple of times to delete those blank spaces. There's some extra room here as well, which we could delete with our Delete key. And as we scroll down, you can see everything's fitting on the page again, just where we want it. Okay, so we have some images in there. You can also draw your own. You can use shapes to insert your own effects, and that's what we're going to do at the very bottom. We're going to go to page 2, though, and go to the bottom of page 2 where we see our footer. And underneath that, it would be nice to have a shape, maybe just a solid colored rectangle that looks like a thick line, for example. So we'll double click at the bottom of page 2 inside the footer for section 1. And it's down here where we want to insert that shape. Let's go back to the Insert tab. This time we're going over to the Shapes drop down. Look at all the shapes you can draw. Arrows, lines. You can see basic shapes, equation shapes even, flowcharting shapes, callouts, stars and banners, lots to choose from here. We're simply going to go to a rectangle. So we'll give it a click and we'll go to the bottom left-hand corner of our page, right at the edge, click and drag across and down to draw the shape. Now you can see it's formatted with some default settings and we can change all of that, of course. Let's go to the shape fill and choose a nice purple color that goes a little bit better with our document. There, accent to darker. There we go. And for the outline, we should have the same color. Otherwise, you can see there is a bit of a different colored outline around our shape. Let's make it the same as the fill. That way it just looks like a solid rectangle. All right, let's double click above to get out of our footer. And as you can see, that creates a different look. Scroll down to the next page. It's down there as well because we put it in the footer. You'll probably want to do that for the other sections in your document as well. If you split up your sections and have different footers for different sections, you would have to repeat that. Luckily for us, we have the same footer throughout. We have different headers for different sections, but the footers are all the same. So it's a one-time deal. We insert it and we're ready to go. All right, let's scroll all the way back up to the top. We've inserted pictures, drawn our own shapes, but of course we may want to manipulate those things. Maybe it's too close to the edge here. Maybe there's not enough space between our picture and the text, or it's wrapping around incorrectly. We'll get to that kind of thing in the upcoming movies.